Hello guys, my name is Larry and welcome to the channel. Today's topic is going to be Project 2025 and what it means to veterans, or what it's going to do to veterans, or the problems it may cause us, or the things it may help us with. Now in today's video we got my little rescue cat here. I call him Chico. We found him dead almost out there in our chicken pen. His eyes were all matted up and he was just in really bad shape, and I'm a big animal lover, so I got him here. Hopefully he won't interfere with making the video. If not, I may have to stop it and throw his little butt in a cage. But anyhow, today's topic, Project 2025. So let's see if we can get the ball rolling here. I think if I hold him, he'll be all right for a while. Project 2025, a policy guide that could be the blueprint for a second Donald Trump term, would revamp the Department of Veterans Affairs with proposals to increase privatization, narrow the eligibility criteria for health benefits, and replace civil service style employees with political appointees in its ranks. The document begins with an historical summary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, and its current challenges, meeting an aging and migrating population of veterans while modernizing and keeping costs within its budget. Chapter 20, which is dedicated to VA reforms, was written by Brooks D. Tucker, former VA Chief of Staff during the Trump administration. Let me get him back over here because he's going to knock this camera down, I guarantee you. So we'll keep him here and we'll put him in the video with us. He's not too bad when you got hands on him. Our goal is to assemble an army of aligned, vetted, trained, and prepared conservatives to go to work on day one to deconstruct the administrative state, the manual states. The VA must continually strive to be recognized as a best in-class, veteran-centric system with an organizational ethos inspired by and accountable to the needs and problems of veterans, not subservient to the parochial preferences of bureaucracy. Boy, don't you know we got plenty of that right now. Task and Purposes reached out to 6 national veterans advocacy organizations for comment for this story. And you know what? 3 said they had no comment on Project 2025's policy recommendations. The others did not respond, nor did 2 experts on veteran affairs at a major defense policy research organization. Some veterans argue that Project 2025's goals would impact veterans directly before any changes to the VA. In a July 9th, opted Michael Enbrich, a veteran and former member of the Secretary of Veterans Affairs Advisory Committee on the Readjustment of Veterans, wrote that the proposed cuts to federal agencies like the FBI and the Justice Department could disproportionately affect the 300,000 veterans who make up roughly 30% of the federal workforce. Yes, we know a lot of veterans are in the workforce. But the project devotes an entire section to overhauling major pieces of the VA. In a similar fashion with its goals for other federal agencies, Project 2025 envisions a VA that is run by more political appointees. Not sure if that's good. Policy calls for rescinding all delegations of authority granted by the Biden administration and transferring senior executive service employees out of positions designated for the presidential appointees to ensure political control of the VA. Comments down below. Okay, the project would rescind all Departments of Defense policies contrary to principles of conservative governments, including abortion services and gender reassignment surgery, arguing that neither aligns with service-connected conditions which would warrant VA care. Guys, I'm 100% in agreement with that. There's another thing. Post your comments down below if you believe in that. Project 2025 also wants to revisit in-person work policies which transformed after the coronavirus pandemic to more hybrid and remote work-centric allowances for VA employees. The policy manual alleges that the work policies have turned into VA's current secretary, deputy secretary, and their staff routinely working from home, having limited in-person meetings, and relying more frequently on video conference calls. Hey, less work gets done when they're sitting at home. You know they ain't working. If policies associated with Project 2025 are enacted, veterans that were previously found eligible for service-connected disabilities may see those revised or taken away. The Project 2025 manual acknowledges 2 of the largest VA policy changes that expanded the number of veterans who qualify for service-connected disability claims. The 1991 Agent Orange Act and the 2022 PACT Act promised to address Comprehensive Toxics Act. The manual says that the 2 ambitious authorities have overwhelmed the VA's ability to process new claims and adjudicate appeals requiring more employees to stay up to date, which is hard for them, I guess. The manual also says that the inclusion of injuries related to the Agent Orange and Burns Pit / airborne toxins has caused historic increases in spending. Well, we know that. That's a fact. In May, the VA announced that it granted its 1 millionth benefit claim related to the PACT Act, which changed the VA's assumption of vet claims. If they were present in a war zone where toxic chemicals were likely present, like at most U.S. bases, during the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, when it was assigned into the law, the Wounded Warrior Project described the PACT Act as a policy that opens up the door to pre- and post-9/11 combat veterans who served in areas of exposure. We had a lot of them back there during those wars. With the VA growing number of service-related health conditions, Project 2025 states that some are tenuously related or wholly unrelated to military service, the core issue for granting or denying service-connected disabilities. So true. Project 2025 provisions may mean that fewer health conditions qualify a veteran for disability benefits. More specifically, Project 2025 calls for a revision of the disability rating awards for future claims while fully or partially changing them for existing veteran claims. Hey, that's a little worrisome. More private health care. Project 2025 envisions bringing in more private companies for providing VA health care delivery, disability, medical examinations, claim processing, and overall bureaucratic operations like acquisition of technology integration. Now, you may want to subscribe to Task and Purpose Today. It's you get the latest military news and culture in your inbox. So sign up for it, guys. Now, Project 2025, it also calls for a larger budget for veterans to access private medical providers with the VA Community Care Network, which uses third-party providers. Now, TriWest, or TRICARE basically, Healthcare Alliance, and OptumServe in July 2022, a VA official told the House Veterans Affairs Committee that community care accounted for 44% of the VA's healthcare services. The VA has also steadily increased the amount it spends on community care from $7.9 billion in 2014 to $18.5 billion in 2021, a whopping jump. Now, with the expansion of community care, Project 2025 also wants to codify VA Mission Access, the VA Mission Act access standards and legislation to prevent the VA from avoiding or watering down the requirements in the future. Passed in 2018, the Act gives veterans more flexibility to access care outside the Veterans Health Care Administration. A September 2022 study by the RAND Corporation found that increased community care could complicate coordination of veteran care between the VHA and the community providers, leading to confusion for patients. I agree with that. Duplicate tests, increased cost, and lower quality care. So true. Researchers did note that community care has improved access for rural veterans living far away from VHA facilities, but also said that research on this topic has been limited. No, they're not going to spend any money to research that topic. The policy also calls for a Veteran Bill of Rights, so veterans and VA staff are better educated about the process for dispute resolution and their benefit entitlements, which includes their eligibility for community care. Currently, veterans are not routinely informed about their eligibility unless they request information or given a referral, the manual state. Moving on to changes to VA structure. Project 2025 calls for an assessment of VA health facilities, misalignment, and rising infrastructure costs. The policy notes that the VHA's 172 inpatient Medicare facilities across the U.S. are 60 years old on an average, underutilized, and inadequately staffed. We know that for a fact. The envisioned restructuring of VA health facilities would look at expanding community outpatient clinics in areas where it costs the VA too much to maintain an entire healthcare campus for a dwindling or already small population of veterans. The Project 2025 manual also calls for the VA's healthcare system to publicly report on its ability to reach quality, safety, patient experience, timeliness, and cost-effectiveness standards similar to those set by the Medicare program. Guys, I hope I shared some information that you needed. As a veteran, I was kind of curious myself what this Project 2025 would do to the veterans. Hopefully this sheds some light on it. Hopefully you'll understand it. It has some really good points in it, and it has some bad points in it. But something's got to be better than the administration that we currently have now in July of 2024. I'm hoping for a better administration in November of 2024, as I hope you do as well. I appreciate all y'all that have served this country. As a disabled veteran, like my cap says, dysfunctional pretty much, I feel what you feel, and I understand what you're going through. And the system is pretty treacherous at sometimes, but don't give up. Continue to battle and fight with it just like you did for our country. Again, if we shared any information, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Really helps my little channel. I'm not one of these big companies out here that are making millions of dollars a year on videos. I'm just somebody trying to share some information that's beneficial for you. Thumbs up, like, and subscribe. That gets this video out there and reaches other veterans that may be looking for it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.